Hey, I'm Evan.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to USSC Stories.
The broken and falling, damned old souls been sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down.
Hey, yo, man, welcome back, man. So I thought of this damn party that we had in Carolina. There was this sailor we worked with named Jackie, man. Jackie used to pour us shots, right? And she used to do this thing to where, like, as soon as you had a shot in your hand, if you took it, you look over, that cup will be, like, your cup will still be full of liquor. And you'd be like, man, how the hell I just took this shot? You take another shot, look over, miraculously, your cup was back full, man. So it was like a fight party or something like that, and she was throwing, and the object was you couldn't say anybody's like regular name. It had to be like a stripper name that you made up. But if you violated the name, you had to take a shot of Everclear. Man, you remember this? You remember this, Summerlin?
Yes, I clearly yes, vaguely but clearly.
Was this a party you two went to?
Oh,
Yeah.
you was there.
You were there.
I was not there.
You was there.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this party at all.
There's a few things from this party that I don't remember, but I remember you was there. We was all probably we were probably like at least 4 or 5 shots in at this point.
Of Everclear.
Now listen. Anytime and Jackie get-togethers are always still like this. When you go to Jackie's, please expect you're gonna be drinking on brown, you're gonna be drinking on clear, you're gonna be drinking on beer, and it might be some wine and some malt liquor somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, like he said, we was already drinking other stuff in that time, but this is only if you violated the stripper name. And people have some wild ass names, and you couldn't even fucking remember. And then you had to take an Everclear shot. I remember we was all looking for you, Evan. We was like, man, what the fuck, Ev, go? We go out to the front line, you stressed the fuck out, man. So we was like, oh shit, let's check on him, make sure he ain't dead, man. So we all corralled around you, shook you. You was like, hey man, I'm fine. Just leave me right here. I'm good. I'm good.
No, I did not.
And sailor fashion, we was like, all right, cool, he's fine. And went back in the house, man.
Oh man. Oh, I could believe it, man. We had some wild times. I don't remember that at all though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Yeah. And can we please talk about one-uppers?
One-uppers?
The one-uppers.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
So you remember how we always, my boy Pierre and Davidson used to do this.
Oh.
I know you. So we be telling the story, right? Normally it'd be me and Gibbons talking, or somebody be talking.
No, yes. Okay, I do remember. They come up with some stupid shit that's even, yeah, go ahead.
So example, like, hey man, Gibbons, man, in high school, I used to play football, and one time I was running down the field, and I got tackled, but I ended up scoring. Right, that's my story, right?
Yeah.
Here comes Pierre. Pierre like, bro, the same thing happened too, but there was a raccoon that jumped out my helmet. And then on top of that, my homeboy, he said, hey, instead of carrying the football, carry the raccoon. And then tell him that it's a football. Like, bro, he used to do that every time. And Davidson used to do it too. Davidson used to do it too. And we just be sitting there like, and I promise you, if you're in the Navy or you're thinking about joining the Navy, I promise you, you will have somebody in your command or somebody that is part of your ship that is a one-upper. They don't mean any harm. They just have to put that story out and we would call it every time. Be like, one upper.
Hey, there's one up over here. Yeah, man, because that's so funny. I remember that, dude. Like, I would come down to your office and we just bullshit. It was always started with me and you saying something. I'd be like, hey, man, you remember that party, you know, or it was some shit, or like this story over here. And then out of nowhere, one of those two motherfuckers would appear in your doorway, be like, well, let me tell you something, you know? And we'd just be sitting here like, you know, it's like, okay, here we go. Oh my God.
They'd be like, and then you know what we always tell Cortez? He used to always tell us, like, cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro. Yeah. It was the one way to get him to shut up about some one-upping, man.
Or, you know, and then, ladies and gentlemen, there's those people that you drink around that you always tell yourself, I'm never drinking with this person again. And it was Pierre. Pierre. He would always cuss us out. Like, I still have videos to this day of me and Evan being in his barracks. And he would get so blasted. He'd be like, bitch. Whore. And me and Gibbons was like, yo, literally, we would be sitting there looking at each other like, bro, like, Cortez, are you okay? Like, are you gonna be okay? And he would fade in and out of it so much that he'd be like, what?
Yeah, dude, he would be blacking out and then coming back, and then blacking out and coming back, and he's like, he wouldn't know what the fuck he was saying. But dude, it never fucking failed. Every time you would get like that, he would just call someone a bitch real loud or a whore. Like, he would look at you like he would have the dazed eyes, like he'd look at you and be like, bitch, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Oh, it was good.
It was similar to like the Dave Chappelle Rick James episode, to where he like, bro, like, why you tripping like that? He like, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, man, you was tripping in the bathroom and stuff, man. He'd like, whore.
Like, if he couldn't think of something to say in his drunken state, that was just his go-to, you know?
He always kept the guitar ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So, going back to these stories in the barracks, now that it's starting to re-jog my memory, there was a friend, because Cortez will always have random people to show up at his barracks, like always. So like one time,
it was like a halfway house.
Open. Yeah, like one time he left the door unlocked, and they was taking shots of Johnny Walker. he came in from work. He was like, bitch. They were missing in Johnny Walker, and it was like the $300, $400 bottle.
Oh, the blue label.
They were taking shots of it, like drinking it with Coke.
Bro, people watching, this is how much money we had to blow back in the day. We're over here shooting fucking blue label Johnny Walker. You know, not saying we got paid like an enormous amount of money, but you know, the way that we got it and stuff and how often we got it, we could just do stupid shit like that. Imagine if we had actually spent that money wisely. God damn, man, we might have been rolling in it right now. But hey,
hell yeah.
You know, you learn your lessons, right? But anyways, sorry, go back to these stories about Pierre.
So in this one episode, a guy came over, and you know, he's in there, he's trying to keep up with us. And it was another night. We hadn't ate anything, so we always ordered pizza. Always an hour and a half into drinking, like oh, we haven't ate. So the guy, you know, the pizza gets there, he's already drunk, eating, and so he eats like one slice of pizza, and then he just lays down. He's like, I'm gonna lay down real quick. So probably about an hour and a half goes by, and he hasn't moved, and so. And so Cortez, he's in his drunken state. He's like, "Get up, bitch!"
He's yelling at this guy that's passed out.
He's yelling at him. He's like slapping him in the face, and like we're like, me and Gibbs are sitting there laughing, like, yo, this is funny. Yeah. But then it kind of hit us that okay, the guy hasn't moved in a while. Like he's been there for a while, and it's not just like he's like moaning and groaning. He's like he's gone. He's like going to the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're still like me and Gibbons always ended up having to babysit somebody.
Yes, we
like
did.
It never failed. Like always. So long story short, so the guy ends up throwing up the pizza on the carpet, and when Cortez seen that, it was like he turned Super Saiyan. He's like, bitch! Like it wasn't even his carpet. Like this old itchy ass carpet. It doesn't even matter. Like, and Cortez got mad, so me and Gibbons had to take the guy to the bathroom. Like he had his foot, I had his leg. He had his arms, I had his leg. So we take him to the bathroom, right? So he can throw up there. And so Gibbons is like, let me pull this bathroom mat back. Let me pull this bathroom mat. And when I tell you, it sounded like Velcro coming off the floor.
That's gross.
So much, dude. It must have been plastered there for fucking years. Like no one had moved it once.
Like no fault to Cortez. Like this is like generational. Like this had been here
in the barracks room. Yeah.
When they made the building, and so Gibbons peels it back, and there's like partial. Look at Mike's face.
That's fucked up.
And so we're like, we pull it back, and it Gibbons like, what the fuck? And so it was this. Me and Gibbons will always look at each other like, how did we get here? Like why are we doing this? Like, how did we get to this point?
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
God, we were the grown-up drunks, weren't we?
We were.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, we got to get Cortez on this bitch sometime, man, because I'm sure he's forgotten more stories than he's actually lived. But he's got some funny ones, man. The ones he remembers, man. He just couldn't stop, man. He was like, he had to go 100% every time when he drank, man, and partied and stuff. I mean, like he's a good guy and everything. But he just made the party so much more fun because he would just have those episodes of him just being like, you know, whore, bitch, the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Oh yeah. Man.
When the first time you met us, Mike, was that at Fitzgerald's? Did you actually
came out and partied with y'all at one of Fitzgerald's parties? Yeah,
Fitzgerald's, yeah, yeah. And remember Fitz had the dogs right there, and we played beer pong in the backyard with a field of cow turd from his dog.
Yeah, man. Fitz parties were awesome, man. I remember like buying like 15 fucking ribeyes. That's again all this fucking money. 15 fucking ribeyes, bringing them over there. Everyone else would bring like shit ton of beer and liquor and all kinds of shit. And we were just living the good life, man. Fitz's parties were lit every time, man. Every time.
This would have this period where he'll just pass the fuck out somewhere. He just pass the fuck out, then come back like energized, like ain't nothing happened, man.
Yeah. He would pass out like a child too. Sometimes he'd be all curled up and shit like that. Yeah, the fetal position. Oh man.
You gotta think, we were in our like early mid 20s. Fitz was already like in his like
mid to late 30s. Yeah,
like mid late 30s.
Yeah.
And I can see that being 30 now.
Yeah,
bro. Like when you start drinking, you might pass out just watching Netflix. Like, man, I'm off early. You know, I'm staying up to 2:00 tonight, ho. Like,
yeah, man. I don't think I could ever compete with younger Evan, man.
No.
The epic lasagna.
The epic lasagna, yeah, man. We talked about that. Actually, you were part of that, man. So, yeah, we shown that picture somewhere in one of our episodes in the past, man. Do you remember that stupid shit, man? I think it was like a Thursday or a Friday. That's when like epic mealtime was like huge, and you know during the end of like office hours and stuff when we don't got work to do, we'd start fucking blazing through that shit. And we saw the epic lasagna, and you know it's got like all kinds of fast food burgers and all kinds of bullshit. And we're like, bro, we gotta make this shit. So come like Friday or Saturday, you know, like there's like 4 of us I think that went out. I think it was you, me, Fitz.
It took us longer to get the ingredients than it did
to make it. Yeah. Yeah, like most of the places are like, how many fucking burgers do you want? Like, no, we ain't joking. That's what we want, you know. And it was expensive too. And so yeah, I think it was you, me, Fitz, and Cortez that made it. And it was actually pretty good. I think I had 1 slice before I passed out.
I'm pretty sure it took a year off my life. Well, like whenever, God forbid, whenever I die, it was supposed to be a year later, like because of that.
Oh man, yeah, man. Talk about it, man. There's like, I don't know how we could have done it, man. It was like Big Macs and Whoppers and Baconators, and then
a junior bacon deluxe, a white
castle. Yeah, and then we had all kinds of grilled or ground beef in there and cheese and all kinds of shit. And I think we had onion rings too. Man, it was a hell of a fucking a time.
I wish I was there for that shit. Because I showed up, I think when all that was kind of phasing out because a lot of people were leaving and a lot of things were changing. So
relationship. That's what we were.
We were in relationships. Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah.
Because you were with Shantae at the time. I had just gotten in a relationship then. Yeah, man, that shit will change how you party and stuff like that, you know, hanging out with your homies. So,
cause I was banned at one point, man. Cause I forgot what party it was, but I fucking came home, fucking fell down the stairs drunk. Wife had fucking went in the shower, grabbed the fucking shower curtain. I fell back, and she was like, "Nah, you need to slow this shit down." I was like, "I'm just having a good time."
Bro. Yeah.
Now all of us are fucking 30s, man. Like these young cats that are watching our videos, like these old fucking bastards in their 30s talking about the good old days. They can't keep up with us. You just wait.
Yeah.
There was I had one party outside, like one party I went to since I've been out, and I was actually throwing a party for my brother, trying to be a good big brother, man. Throw a little party for him and shit. So we had all these like 19, 20-year-olds that was coming in there, and we started playing beer pong. I started seeing all these people fill up their cups with water. I'm like, hey, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, I don't bought 230 cases of beer and shit. They was like, oh no, we don't play beer pong with beer. We play it with water. But what the fuck they do that at, man? Like,
dude, that was one of the turning points for me for partying and shit, man. It was same thing when I was in Cali. I went to a party and it was a bunch of younger people, right? Relatively. I mean, they were like in their early 20s. I was in my late 20s, I think. And you know, they were same thing. They were playing beer pong. I'm like, oh hell yeah, you know, fucking beer pong pro from the Navy days, you know. So I'm cracking open beer, start pouring beer, and they're like, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Getting ready for some beer pong, right?" Like, no, that's not how we do things. I was like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, they play with water, man. Actually, it was funny because before that we were playing, and I saw it was clear, and I thought it was filled with liquor, right? So I was like, all right, these guys party hard. So you know. Doing shots and shit and take a shot. What the fuck is this? Oh man, it had all this nasty like dirt and grass and shit from all the I'm like, what the fuck is water? And they're like, yeah, we don't play with fucking beer and shit. I'm like, oh man, what the fuck? Now this nasty ass taste in my mouth.
Yo, that water cup that we had for beer pong was the nastiest water. Never did switch it out.
All kinds of nasty shit.
5 games, especially like you said, grass. Might be some hair in there.
Some pubes and shit. Yep.
Pubes, like we were
dipping in that motherfucker like it's gonna clean it off.
Yeah, like
it get worse.
I'm pretty sure that's how COVID started.
Now that's how we got immune to it.
Yeah. Our immune system was strong as shit during them times, man.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't trade those fucking memories for anything though, man. That was good times.
Hell no. Yeah, man. And you meet so many awesome people. I was gonna ask y'all, have y'all talked to Subs?
Every now and then.
Yeah, I think Facebook, like I said, Facebook makes it a lot easier to keep in contact with people and whatnot. I know me and Evan, we talk to each other, on Facebook. That's how we mostly kept in contact throughout all these years. Me and Mike as well, but that's the hardest part about being in the military is you meet some awesome people and you get forced to go your separate ways, and it just kind of, I can see that's how that could be, kind of depressing because, these people that you met, for 4 years till you were here, a big part of your life, and then you got to go your separate ways. I mean, it sucks. Definitely sucks.
Yeah, it can definitely fuck with you, man, for sure.
It'll take a toll on you.
Yeah. Let's change the speed real quick. So, back to South Carolina, man. So I grew up in Southern Florida, right? Thinking I knew humidity and heat, which I did and stuff. I know you grew up in Georgia. Mike, you probably know about that shit in Texas. So I'll tell you what, though, man. Doing the PRTs or PFAs, whatever the fuck they want to call them nowadays, and that South Carolina heat, bro, the humidity, because, we had those trees, humidity. We had those trees that, like, drape over the path that we're supposed to run on, so it would just trap out. You could see, like, your sweat evaporating and then pouring back on you, like it's starting to rain back on you and shit. And then, it would, like, in the spring, summertime, whatever, when the pollen would be everywhere, like, it coat everything yellow. Like pure, like everyone it was just paint, Yeah. Gross, man. You walk out to your car and stuff, and it's just straight yellow and nasty, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, do you get that black? You get that black flag. Get that black flag. Oh wait, yeah, black flag. We ain't go PT, but what black flag? Like,
yeah, what black flag? Yeah. Fucking 102 degrees out, 100% humidity. Now you're running. Oh fuck.
Yep.
Yo. Tell them about Optimus Prime. Your truck.
Oh, my truck, dude. Bro, all right. So I had this fucked up Dodge Dakota that came down to South Carolina with from Washington. And somewhere along the way from that trip, right? I don't know what happened to it, but it was an old truck to begin with. And it would just randomly like start revving by itself, just be like, boom, boom, and Sumerlin, you remember that shit. And it would just be like, I'll just start it up and I'd hit the brakes and I'd put it in drive and it just start going, boom, boom, like it's fucking wanted to go. I'm like, dude, chill. I had to talk to my truck and stuff. So this one time I was up Sumerlin, you might have been in the truck with me. I pulled up to a light. I pulled up to a light. I remember I told you this story though. I pulled up to a light and this dude pulled up next to me, and Optimus Prime felt like revving up a little bit. So dude next to me, it's just like my truck's like, vroom, vroom, it's a V8, sounds a little meaty. The dude next to me looks at me and he starts revving his shit. He's like, vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm like, no, I ain't trying to race. I'm like, no, I ain't trying to race. And he's like, no, I'm like, no, chill, bro. And he's like, just takes off when it's fucking green light. I'm just like, all right, I just start puttering along, Oh man, that fucking truck, dude. I don't know how it survived. I ended up getting a Challenger after that.
Oh, yo, he used to drive that shit from Washington down to Florida. I think you made that trip twice?
From Washington to Florida.
Yeah, did you drive it?
No, I drove it once down to from Washington to Florida, and then I would drive it down to Florida from South Carolina all the time. So, right. God, man, yeah.
And then remember Cortez used to drive his BMW from Cali all the way to from back to South Carolina.
I don't know. He would make those trips, man. And then his fucking BMW was sitting in the barracks lot for like 2 years or something. I don't know what happened to it. It wasn't that long, but it was a long time. It started getting weeds growing through the tires and shit, and through the wheels.
Mike, what was your first Navy car?
My first Navy car was a 2000 Honda Accord. I bought that motherfucker in 2011. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker had 200,000 miles on it. Dude gave it to me for $500, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was randomly shut off. So like if I'm H1, so I was driving on H1. If I went over 50 miles per hour, that shit would just kill off, man.
It's a wonder if we survived some of these times, man. But I had a truck that wanted to kill me. You had a car that just refused to go sometimes. So, I mean, you had that fucking Charger, man. You lucked out. I don't remember you having a shitty car ever.
Bro, my first car, and I still have it, it's in my driveway, was a 94 Acura Integra. I bought it for $3,000. Bro, I had Virginia has inspection, so I was only good for like 2 months before the inspection went out, and then I couldn't park it on base. Funny story, I just told this story to some coworkers. So I had 2 speakers in the back of my car. I got off early that day from the shipyard, got in my car. I'm riding through Portsmouth, and Portsmouth is by no means a good area. So I'm in there, young, 18 years old. I'm bumping my sister. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, like, yeah. And like people like were looking at me. So that night, fast forward, living in the shipyard sucked. So me and my homeboy, he's in his car. Normally, we would like sleep in our car, get up in the morning, walk to the ship. So so we wouldn't have to sleep on the ship. So that night he was like, man, I'm not sleeping in our car. I'm gonna holler at you. All right. So I caught my ass. I'm like, man, I'm staying in the car tonight. So I get in the back seat of my car. I go to sleep. Wake up 2-3 hours later. I'm like, damn, it's raining hard. Tell me why. I look up. There are fingers in my window pulling at my window. My driver window.
Wow.
Pulling it. And the window was already shattered. So I'm waking up, the window's shattered, and there's fingers pulling at the window.
What the fuck?
While I'm in the back of it, right? So I'm like, so, you know, I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, in my manly voice, I'm like, what are you doing? So what happened was,
oh shit,
somebody, and this like, I'm literally right there by the gate outside of the shipyards. Like, why the fuck the security didn't help me and come out? Because they don't get paid for that. I understand. A car had backed up and parked right next to my car. They seen my car from earlier and they knew that I had a system in there. They didn't know that I used to sleep in the motherfucker. And so I was in it. So I had to be knocked out dead to the world. And so once they realized that somebody was in there, they was like, oh shit. They got in the car and they dipped out. And then I was traumatized. Like I kicked the window out. Why did I need to kick the window out? I don't know. Like as a man, after I said, what are you doing?
You had to make yourself feel good.
I had to do something. And the lady, when I called Safe Light, they were like, why did you kick the window out? I'm like, I had to, like.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand. So for everybody, this cherish your first car. Don't treat it like Evan. Don't treat it like Mike probably treated his first car in the Navy better than both of us, but there's levels. There's levels to this.
That's just funny, man.
Oh man, that's good shit, dude.
These are the stories that you will always remember, and that you enjoy telling, no matter how embarrassing it is, because it's really like Kevin Hart, laugh at my pain. Like,
yeah,
these are the things that are funny.
Yeah, man, it's stupid shit like that at the time you wouldn't think you would ever remember or care to remember. But man, looking back, dude, that was the good shit, man. That was good stuff.
Yeah, man. I miss all that stuff, man. Reminiscing about all this shit is nice, man. We too many good times. Too many good times.
So if somebody gave y'all the opportunity, they said, would you want to join in the Navy at the point that you left off at, would you come back?
Like going back in time and keep going?
No,
or just now?
Offered it to you now.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think about it, I'm like, shit, I might have been a chief by now, I would have been in probably 13 years now, something like that, 14 years maybe. I don't know. But so much time has passed, and I don't know, man.
It's different. Like, when y'all talk to that one guy, it has changed.
It's a different generation, and I was so ready to get out when I did get out, and then once I got out, I was happy because I was like, civilian life, I can do whatever the fuck I want, but it's just, it ain't like that, but if they gave me the opportunity to come back just how I was and everything like that, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I think it was set up perfect for me to get out because my wife, she's doing her thing right now in the Army, so I think I'm cool where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, everything happens for a reason. There's a lot of people that were either forced out of the military due to the whole PTS, when they had like a Seaway stuff where basically the Navy doesn't have room for you, or, injuries and stuff like that. And, like I said, at the end of the day, one of my mentors said, your mess is your message. Basically, everything that you went through is what makes you who you are today. So I think that's a good aspect, a good way of thinking about, just life in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. So Summerlin, dude, it's been real cool having you back on here, man. Like you said, man, good memories coming back. I'm sure we'll probably have you back on sometime in the future.
Yeah, man.
We got to keep in touch and stuff. I definitely want to hear the rest of the story of Summerlin. If you make chief, senior chief, master chief, all kinds of bullshit. Master Chief Summerlin, man, it just sounds fucking weird. Chief Summerlin sounds weird, like, because we grew up together in the Navy. I'm thinking about this fucking dude. It's the second class, third class dude.
Wine one sounds crazy to me. I still be like, wine one. I'm like,
yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna have you on back in the future, man. Mike, what do you have for us?
Oh man, I think we covered everything, man. For right now, we're definitely gonna have you on again, bro. We gonna have you on Make Pond at one point, man.
Man, however y'all take me, man. I might be a shipyard worker the next time I get up on.
The episode right there.
Yeah. But as it is, man, it was good having you back, man.
Always.
Definitely.
Love y'all. Appreciate everything, man, and y'all keep grinding, man. Like I said, man, y'all are doing y'all thing, man. Can't wait to see the growth, and I'm here to support y'all.
Appreciate it, brother. All right, guys, have a good one.
Up ahead now, the devil's gonna come when the sun goes down.